Judgment opens the reading as a soul call to rise, a clear sign that you are standing at a major threshold of your journey. You are in a profound state of reckoning, and release. This isn't just about spiritual growth, it's about complete rebirth that I see happening of your soul identity here. I also see that an awakening to this higher self, you've been the awakening that is currently happening, this rebirth of your soul identity that's happening. You've been preparing to embody this for lifetimes. This is not your first lifetime that had made it so easy for you to receive this that is coming your way, and we will unfold what's coming. But what I see here is you've been preparing for it for lifetimes to come into the vibrational energy where you can actually embody this. You've likely experienced a moment of deep purification in the recent. I also see that old patterns, people, and even your previous version of yourself is peeling away. It may feel disorienting at times, but the message is clear. You can't bring the old into this new cycle. I'm going to repeat this again. You can't bring the old into this new cycle. This card is a trumpet from your soul, calling you to transcend karmic cycles, recognizing your divine purpose, and live fully aligned with your authentic essence. Now, with the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups, I see that awakening to your fire is happening, but it's also happening by breaking free from old. For a lot of you, fire could be very, very significant. It could be possible that you're getting visions of fire, or you're meditating, you're seeing fire, something or the other, but deep somewhere or the either your body could be a lot acidic during this period. Your body could be a lot acidic during this period. Whatever is happening, it's making sure that you are transforming into a fire version of yourself. I see like a delicate dance that's happening here. There is a new inspiration coming. That's time to break through the fog of dissatisfaction and the stagnation in life that you're currently going through. You're currently in this period where you've been stuck for long. There has been a period of dissatisfaction, but you're breaking free from it. You're breaking free for it. You're moving ahead. I also see that a new fire or a beam of fire is coming in, and you can somehow feel it because of why for many of you for the last year, for many of you from the last year, the time has been very confusing, or you have been in a very confusing energy where you're just trying to seek answers of what step do I need to take to align with my higher self, to align with what my purpose is. As I said before, your inner fire is awakening, and you're being invited to go on this exploration, to become more adventurous. But there is something emotionally that's still holding you back, that's still clouding you, because of which you're not able to see the ultimate truth. And we will be figuring out what that emotional blockage is. But even after so much of healing, even after so much of integration, there is this something emotionally in your mental plane that you need to get over with. Because the card reminds of old wounds, unfulfilled desire, or outdated belief that may be causing resistance. This here is exactly your test, and this here is to see will you pass it or not. Will you focus on what didn't work out, or will you turn towards the new path calling you? Will you focus on what didn't work out, or will you focus on this new path that's calling you? And for the other half of you, I'm getting, are you ready to release the comfort of the knowns for the thrill of what's waiting beyond your current horizon? For the first half, it's a question that will you continue to focus on things that didn't work out for you and start walking on this new path? The other half of you is, are you ready to release this comfort that you're in to enjoy the thrill that's waiting for you in this next timeline? Radharani is saying that stay curious. Don't get trapped into what could have been. Your future is far bigger than your past. So what could have happened? Anything that you will even imagine is not closest to what's coming your way. So stop imagining, stop controlling, stop holding on to it. Just decide that I no longer want to live in this comfort anymore. I no longer want to live in this confusion anymore. Because I'm ready for the next timeline. I'm ready for the next thing that's on my horizon to come up. Now we have the 10 of coins and the 8 of coins. It talks about grounding your spiritual mission in the physical world. For many of you, what your spiritual mission is coming to you. What your spiritual mission is, it's coming to you. And this video is going to be very long. Just give me a minute. But even though this video is long, this video will give you the exact gist that you've been looking for, because many of you have been questioning, where am I in my spiritual journey? Am I even growing? Am I even on the right path? Are things really aligned for me in that way? So all of that is something that you've been questioning about for so long. Now when you see such a big combination, a power combination coming in your spiritual reading, it's actually speaking volumes in itself. And why am I emphasizing on it so much is because the 10 of Cups speaks about long-term vision, your soul path. It reminds that this isn't a fleeting transformation but a lifelong process. It's a lifelong process. You are in a phase where it's time to build the foundation of a legacy, because 10 of Cups is also Wheel of Fortune. So you are currently in a phase where it's time to build the fortune, and you will be taking those tiny steps, those tiny initiation for that legacy. It's not just for you but your future generation, spiritually and energetically. The 8 of Coins reinforces the message: consistent, devoted work is required. This is where the mastery comes into play. Mastery doesn't mean perfection, it means devotion. It's showing up to your spiritual practice every day, not for the reward, but for the love of the process. I'm going to repeat it again. Showing up for your spiritual practices every day, not for the reward, but for the love. showing up for your spiritual practice every day, not for the love, not for the greed, not for the reward, but for the love of the process. Every step, every lesson, every setback is the part of this alchemical walk of turning your spiritual potential into physical reality. Everything that you're currently going through, the small tiny changes that you would be making forward, these small tiny mindset changes that you're being pushed to make, are taking you towards your reality, are pushing you towards it. Then we have the Page of Swords, the Hierophant. Now, when you talk about Page of Swords, what Page of Swords actually signifies is a seeker, right? Because Page of Swords is a seeking energy. And in this process, you're learning, you're questioning all these traditional structures, you're developing your own spiritual truth. The Hierophant here is complex. It's not just about following established spiritual path. Whatever that may be for you, whatever the traditional spiritual path for you is, it's not about following it. It's about finding yours. And it's about learning. Which is why it's complex, right? Because it's not about just following what's already established, but it's about finding the sacred within the mundane and reclaiming your own inner teacher. Because you are your own teacher. For many of you, I see Mercury, Jupiter on very good placements in your Kundalini chart. Which is why you have to find your own way. With the mundane life that you live, you have to reclaim that your own inner teacher that has been guiding you all along has brought you till here, right? That you're watching this video, you're able to connect to it, you've been living all of this. So just find that inner teacher, because that inner teacher will guide you and take you there. Now, this actually is a dual message in itself, and you are a student of divine wisdom. Continue seeking, questioning, expanding your spiritual knowledge. But with the Hierophant, you are also the teacher. It's time to recognize that you have a unique blend of experience and spiritual insight. Is something you're meant to share with others. So, there's this book called You Are Your Own Guru. It's available on Audible and it's for free. I recommend everyone listening to it. How the book talks about You Are Your Own Guru by Gabby. That's another message that I'm getting. Because through the book, you will have this profound knowledge and you will be able to comprehend what I'm trying to say here. Is you are both the student of this wisdom, divine wisdom, and you are the teacher as well at the same time. So both duality is present here, because we see things as duality, right? Good and bad, living, non-living. So when we see feminine and then there's the opposite, masculine. So when we see everything is duality and we know that it exists at the same plane at the same time, it's also within you. And it's in you at the same time. This duality of this endless learning and this curious student, and then this teacher. Your spiritual journey is no longer just about personal transformation. It's evolving into service and leadership. From now, you will realize every knowledge that you've gained in your spiritual journey is going to turn into something very, very powerful. It's going to turn into service, it's going to turn into leadership, it's going to turn into the ability to help many people to get aligned in their spiritual journey. And things will start making sense to you of why it didn't make sense before. Now we have the King of Wands and the Two of Cups. It's talking about Two of Cups and the Three of Cups, plus the King of Wands. Another powerful, mega powerful combination. What does this combination mean? What does this combination mean? It talks about that there's this soul aligned leadership coming your way, is what I'm getting. Soul aligned leadership. The King of Wands here talks about you stepping into this role of a spiritual leader, and your creative powers are evoking. So you are stepping into a role of spiritual leader in creative power. You're not being called to follow others, you're being called to lead with the vision and passion. Integrate everything you've learned into your next chapter. I'm going to repeat again. Integrate everything you've learned into this next chapter with vision and passion. The Two of Cups talks about partnership and soul level connections. You may be attracting people who resonate with your soul frequency. These are not ordinary connections but mirrors and allies on your journey. Trust these partnerships. They're here to help you grow and reflect your higher self back to you. Trust these partnerships. They're here to help you grow and reflect your higher self back to you. The Three of Coins reinforces the message of collaboration. You being called to co-create with others, to build something greater than yourself. A project, a community, a sacred offering that will ripple outward. You being called to create something. Don't sit on it. Don't search for it. Step into the leadership role and create something. This could be a project or a community or a sacred offering. Now see, beyond the past talks about releasing deep rooted patterns and karma that may have been playing out for lifetimes. You are at a threshold where you can finally transcend those stories and step into a more expanded version of yourself. You are at a threshold where you can finally transcend those stories and step into a more expanded version of yourself. So whatever deep-rooted pattern or karma that you see playing in your life again and again, you are exactly where you need to be to move ahead of it. And also look at your reflection and see how far you've come, is what I'm getting. Now with it's in you, everything you've been searching for externally, it's already within you. This card is a call to trust your inner wisdom, your heart's knowing, and the power that's been with you all along. You don't need external validation. Your soul already holds the blueprint. I will repeat it again. You, your soul already holds the blueprint. You don't need any external validation for it. If you're like, no matter how guided, I want to get guided for this. Can someone show me the vision? Can someone come and save my life? Nobody can, because your soul already has the blueprint to save yourself. Your soul already knows what to do. You just have to work on it. You just have to listen to it. You have enough power to say, I let go of the confusion. I let go of this old pattern of all of these blocks that I've been feeling all along. I just let go of them, and now I'm free. So I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Is what you have to say. Now, this card is don't dim your light. How are you dimming your life in order to fit in? This card is a loud and clear. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Your light is needed now more than ever. And for many of you, you've heard this message multiple times. Multiple times I'm getting. Stop dimming your light, stop dimming your light, stop dimming your light. But somewhere or the other, you're just not hearing it enough. Or you don't even know how am I doing it. By not going out, by not meeting people, by not being yourself, by not laughing as often if you want to be, not pushing through the chaos. Because somewhere or the other, if you want to look the hottest version of yourself, you're not letting yourself be that, because you're dimming your light. Because somewhere in your brain you think, if I get out of this version, I might leave what I know, or I might leave my old reality. But you will eventually leave your old reality. So make the process easier. Don't make it more harder for you, because every day you're making it more harder for you. And the inner temple and the unbound, which is devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past life. So your body is a temple, your heart is an altar. Spirit is asking you to devote yourself to your inner sanctuary. Practice meditation, listen, and allow what no longer serves you to fall away. I would actually leave the message from the book of what this card Unbound means, because I'm getting that it is going to be a really powerful message, and it's going to be a confirmation in itself. I'm getting that just by reading it, you will be releasing it and you will be lifted up. So yeah. You can just skip through this part to when I start speaking. Okay, this is the book that I'm going to read along to. I hope this focuses. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They're coming up to be healed. I'm going to just read this much. You can just pause and read. Just pause and read this. What we will be reading is now just pause and read it. What I will be narrating is work your light activation. This right here is what I will be reading for us. Hold this card on your heart and say, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lesson, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. I will read this again. Take a deep breath with me. Close your eyes. Release. Take a deep breath. Release. One more. Release. Now we say the prayer again. I release all old stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lesson, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Now you're unbound. Release again. Shake your hands if you feel heavy, because this was definitely a very powerful reading. You are at a pivotal integration point, a bridge between the old and the new. You've already undergone massive transformations, and now you're being called to anchor your spiritual power in the physical world. This journey is no longer about individual healing, but about embodied leadership and co creation. Your task now is to balance seeking and teaching, vision and devotion, and to build a foundation for the long term fulfillment your soul has been craving. You are ready. Trust the process, trust yourself. Your light is the map. Keep going. Radhe Radhe.